Hey, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be going into everything there is to know about the Leviathan Eater, the Bane of the Ammonites. But before we begin, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, let's jump straight into it. The Leviathan Eater, once known as exegol, stands as the most formidable champion of the Hive God of War, Wrath, among her brood. His legacy is etched in infamy for slaying the mighty Leviathan that had long safeguarded the Ammonites. In later years, he was commanded to disrupt the flow of tiths toward the rising Hive God of Vengeance, Erismorn, with the additional task of exterminating the Guardian. Long before earning his grim title, exegol was a prominent knight during the Hive campaign against the Ammonites. This conflict culminated in a desperate battle near the surface of Fundament. As the Ammonites' champion, Chroma Admiral Refrit fell in a climactic struggle against a million Hive lives willingly sacrificed for victory. The Leviathan, the last line of defense, became vulnerable. Wrath was ever eager to claim dominance, ordered exegol to slay the great beast. With relentless fury, he executed his task. The knight drove his blade into the Leviathan's flesh, spilling its massive entrails upon the Ammonites below. His triumph earned him both the favor of Wrath and the terrifying new name of Leviathan Eater, forever making him the scourge of the Ammonites. In more recent events, Wrath set her sights on her sister Savathun's throne world, seeking to claim the tithe Savathun had accumulated in secrecy. She also sought to weaken Erismorn, who had transformed into the Hive God of Vengeance after a dark metamorphosis. As a means of challenging the Guardians allied with Eris, Wrath unleashed the Leviathan Eater to disrupt their efforts and assess their strength. Their initial confrontation took place within the depths of Savathun's obelete. Though the Leviathan Eater engaged the Guardians fiercely, the battle ended inconclusively, as he retreated to prepare for a greater conflict. The final clash came as the Leviathan Eater was summoned by Wrath to confront the Guardian at the altar of the sword. Supported by relentless waves of Hive warriors and bombardments from tombed ships, he waged a brutal fight. However, despite his immense power and tactical prowess, he was ultimately slain. His death served as a tithe to Erismorn, fueling her final ascension. In the mission Conjure, the Leviathan Eater appears as a final boss. He enters the fray dramatically, teleporting into the arena and crushing the Warmonger Knight in the process. His combat style resembles that of Zulmak, maintaining a distance while unleashing devastating fire blasts. He summons Revenant Knights and Blistered Knights to engage the player in close combat, creating a deadly mix of ranged and melee threats. At various stages in the battle, he employs different tactics. He generates sunspots that force players to keep moving. Upon reaching 5/6 of his health, he calls forth a swarm of thralls and more knights to overwhelm the Guardian. At 2/3 health, he activates a wipe mechanic by slamming a sword into the ground, then teleports away. In the mission of Sunder, the Leviathan Eater returns as the final boss of the mission, emerging from a rift in the altar of the sword alongside acolytes and boomer-wielding knights. His combat behavior remains similar to the mission Conjure, with ranged solar attacks dominating his strategy. At 5/6 health, an immunity shield forces players to deposit solar crystals near Erismorn to break his defense. At half health, a bombardment from tomb ships requires players to summon a protective shield around themselves and Eris. The Leviathan Eater sends in thrall and cleaver-wielding knights to breach the shield, culminating in a final decisive strike that destroys it. In the final phase, the Leviathan Eater resumes direct combat, summoning reinforcements while players fight to bring him down. The Leviathan Eater resembles a colossal knight with dark armor streaked with the blood of his conquests. His cleaver bears the scars of countless battles, and his eyes burn with the malevolent fire of Wrath's wrath. But what did you guys think of the Leviathan Eater, Bane of the Ammonites? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.